You know, it's a very admirable thing and very humble thing to say. I have no regrets. My mistakes have made me the person that I am today. And it's very true, but ultimately you do wish you could go back. You wish you could go back and change things, do things differently, because it would have brought you closer to the person you were supposed to be, the person that you were destined to become. I have a very strong memory of when I was in a seaside town on holiday. I'm about 7, 8 years old. There was this, girl, maybe like a year or two older than me, this tall girl, following me around. She was amazed by the bubbles that I was blowing from my little pot I had. And we were on the dance floor, I was just there doing what 7, 8 year olds do, just standing there. Well, this was back in the day, so definitely didn't have an iPad watching Brain Rot. And music starts playing, and all of a sudden she grabs my arm, this girl, and starts dancing with me. And what I should have done, what I wish I had done, was dance with her, was to go through it, to have a great time and learn things. You know what I did instead? I ran. I got out of her, I let go of her hand, or got her hand to let go of mine. I ran to my parents' table, going, nope, 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 nope. And of course my parents were laughing, but I remember seeing her on the dance floor alone, being like, what the hell? And then the entertainer, the singer who was on, felt a bit sorry for her, so he brought her up on stage and they were dancing. And of course this is just a funny childhood anecdote that you can laugh at. But what if I had not? What if I had just danced with her? What if I had thought to myself, let's have the confidence to do this, I'm not afraid of girls, even at that young age. What if I'd have said yes? In more recent times, I've been filled with regret by this one particular decision. And that's my friends have gone to Germany, they've gone to Berlin. And I had the opportunity to go. They invited me. They were like, oh, a bunch of the guys are coming, some girls are coming as well. You should come along. And I just didn't. There's no valid excuse to why I didn't go. People are asking me, oh, why didn't you go? There's no valid... I just didn't. I was just a pussy, if you pardon my French. I was thinking, I was just putting it off. I was like, oh, it's going to cost too much money. Oh, I'm afraid what my parents are going to say because they're overprotective. I don't know how to book a holiday. Just excuse after excuse. And now I'm here when I could be having a great time in Germany with my friends. I'm sat here. I'm having to go to work this evening. And they're having a great, great time. And of course, every day is a learning day, but imagine if I had said yes, the stories I could have had, the videos I could have made of the things that I learned while I was there, the experiences. And this is what you've got to do. You've just got to chase what makes a good story. Get the dad law going, think to yourself, if I say yes to this, will it make a good story? Will I be able to tell my kids this? Will I be able to tell my grandkids this, of these crazy antics? Because imagine a story that your mum's told you, your dad's told you, your granddad, of some crazy time of when they were younger. And you're thinking, wow, you were a young kid. You were thinking, wow, I can't wait to have those experiences for myself. But when those experiences come knocking, when opportunity comes knocking at your door, don't do what I did and hesitate. I was literally sat on the toilet at work, and my friend sent me a message saying, yo, we're going on holiday or whatever, you should come. And I was just like, and he was trying to convince me. But then obviously he's like, well, we're going to book it now, whatever. Do what you want. And even another friend of mine, he nearly didn't go. And he had to book separately to everyone else. And it, of course, cost extra. But he still went. He still thought, nah, I want to do this. I'm not going to regret this. Instead, I got left behind due to my own shortcomings, my own hesitations. There was a golden opportunity, regardless of what it cost. It was a fun experience. It was a great story to tell. And I didn't say yes. And it's things like that, whether it's dancing with a girl, whether it's walking past the street and you see that girl that you think is an absolute diamond or rocket that you want to speak to, but yet you just look the other way as she goes on by. or your friends are telling you to come on this trip, or you've got an opportunity to make something of yourself with YouTube, with business, with money, with investing. Your friends are telling you to jump on this business. You're too scared. You're scared of losing money. You're afraid what people are going to say. Who gives a crap? I know I'm getting very frustrated with this, but I am genuinely angry with myself. And I would be even more angry at you if you did the same things as me. And you may think to yourself, well, I don't get that many opportunities. People don't invite me to things. People just don't see the value in me. And that's where you've got to create your own opportunity. That's where you've got to... Opportunity is not going to come knocking at your door because it doesn't know where you live. You've got to make yourself be known. You've got to knock on opportunity's door, introduce yourself, saying, hello, I'm your new neighbor. Very nice to meet you. And that's when opportunity will start to get to know you, and you'll see opportunity more often. Like I said, it's like when you've got a neighbor that you just see across the road and you don't say hello to them. If you just have that little bit of acknowledgement, that little bit of hello, you may become friends with them. You may learn their name. How is opportunity going to know who you are if all you do is sit inside playing video games and watching YouTube videos? And when opportunity comes, please, for the love of all that is holy, just don't hesitate, jump for it. I have made a vow to myself now that if anyone invites me to any kind of event, trip, foreign country, whatever, if they say, oh, do you want to come here? I ask them to ask me first. I will be the first to say yes. I have made a new phrase for myself that I'm going to use in all these circumstances. My friends have gone to Berlin. They invited me to go to Berlin. I said no. Well, I didn't even say no. I just didn't really latch on to the idea. I didn't say yes. And so I've made the phrase of this ain't Berlin. I have written a post-it note. I have stuck it on my wall. I look at it every day, in the evening, looking at it, thinking, this ain't Berlin. That's going to be the phrase that goes off in my mind when opportunity strikes. When I think of quitting YouTube, when I think, oh, it's going to cost too much money, when I think the work's going to be too hard, when I can't be bothered to go on a run, when I can't be bothered to go to the gym, when I cannot fathom doing something, I say, this ain't Berlin. This is not the time where I hesitated to go with my friends. And now I look at their Instagram stories this very second and I'm frustrated, wishing I was there. This isn't the time when I was young and there was a girl on the dance floor who dragged me in to have a fun dance, even if it was just platonic, and I ran away to my parents like a scared little boy. There's been so many opportunities in my life for growth, and I'm using this anger inside of me to my advantage. This is why I'm getting so riled up with this video. I want you to do the same. If you can learn anything from my channel, if you can learn anything from my videos, please, just go for it. You're probably thinking of something you want to do now, but you're too scared. You think you're terrible at it. Who cares? When I first made my YouTube videos, back when I was 12, 13, they are god awful. They are the most mindless, unscripted, complete garbage you've ever seen, and I cringe when I watch them. But I am so glad that I said yes to that opportunity to make YouTube videos. And this is what you're going to generate. You're going to be grateful for your past self for chasing these opportunities. Why make a future for yourself where you kept saying no, where you put it off, where you said, I'd get back to you, and you never got back to you, where you never made that phone call, when you never sent the message, when you never seized the day, carpe diem. Why do that to yourself? What are you going to gain? And what have you got to lose? What did I have to lose not going to Berlin with my friends? Maybe I could have met someone. Maybe I could have met the right people. Who knows what could have happened? But now all I can do is sit here and say shoulda, woulda, coulda, thinking about what might have been. And I'm so glad I've learnt this lesson now, because I am not going to get to the end of my life, 90, 100 years old, on my deathbed thinking, oh, I wish I'd done that. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Oh, I could have been this. I should have done that. Why didn't I go for it? I am not going to be that guy. Next time opportunity comes knocking, I am opening that door wide, welcoming him in, and shouting to the high heavens, this ain't Berlin. This is my time to learn. Even if it's not a financial investment, even if people may say you're wasting your time, you're wasting money, if I can get a good story out of it, if I can learn the faintest thing, if I can develop my social skills, I can develop my fitness, I can become a better speaker, I can learn techniques about YouTube, I can meet interesting people, I can become better with girls. That's where the value is, in the stories, in the experience, in the lifetime. What I could have done, now I'm sat here in my kitchen, bellowing, crying out to you to not make the same mistakes that I've made, of letting opportunity slip through your fingers. This ain't Berlin, bro. Remember that. I'm certainly going to remember that. And if there's something that's happened in your life where you wish you've done something, where there was maybe, I don't know, a talent show you wish you entered in, or a girl you wish you'd spoken to, or whatever opportunity, a guy's trip that you just didn't tag along in and now they no longer invite you, or you've just been putting it off. This is your opportunity to make your own This Ain't Berlin. You can do it. I believe in you. Whew, let's have a sip of tea, boys. That was a crazy one. We're going to do it. The only way is up, boys. This ain't Berlin. Opportunity will be our best friend. Hope you've enjoyed this video, bro. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. God bless. And as always, you take very good care of yourself.